Hello everybody, Interi back again with another video. And today's video, guys, is going to be about to do a preview about a tournament that we have just around the corner. A pretty big tournament. It's a Masters tournament. We have not done a preview in a very long time, guys, since Wimbledon. And since Wimbledon, I have done a lot of videos and been speaking about a lot of different topics because we haven't have any big tournaments around. Yes, we have had some couple of 250 tournaments and maybe some 500 tournaments as well, but not any big tournament, not any Masters. And like you know me, guys, my focus is most on Grand Slams and Masters, especially Grand Slams, but Masters are pretty big as well. It is 1,000 tournament, so it is a big stake on that players are playing on. So, and it is a lot of points that playing are fighting on, and things like that. And now we have a Masters around the corner. Like I said, the 6th Masters for the year. I believe we have played 5 so far, if I'm not mistaken. 2 hard course Masters, and 3 clay course Masters. And to predict Masters, my friends, it is not easy, man. It is not easy. I feel that for me at least, it's more easier to predict the Grand Slams than what it is to predict the Masters. I've been right in all these 3 Grand Slams who will be the winner this year, but I have not been right in all the Masters. That I can say. Just look at the past. What has happened in the 5 first Masters? We have 5 different winners. In Indian Wells, we had Dominic Thiem. In Miami, we had Roger Federer. In Monte Carlo, we had Fognini. In Madrid, we had Djokovic. And then in Rome, we had Rafael Nadal. So clearly, we have 5 different winners in 5 Masters so far. So it will not be easy to predict a winner here I think they play in Montreal this year because they change in Rogers Cup. Sometimes they play in Montreal and sometimes they play in Toronto. Last year they played in Toronto, what I can remember. Yes, they played in Toronto. And this year they're playing in Montreal. Yes, I'm pretty sure they're playing in Montreal. So, I'm going to do a top 3 list, guys. I'm not going to go too deep on this. I'm going to do my 3 top favorites who I believe will win this tournament. One of these 3 will win this tournament. And like usual, my friends, the 3rd player is the least likely one to win, but he is one of them that I believe can win it. And the first player that I will pick is the player that I most likely believe will win it. So we start with number 3rd player. I think my number 3rd player I will choose is Stefanos Tsitsipas. He's pretty good hardcourt player. He has shown some great results throughout the years, especially this year. He was, like we all know, in that Australian Open semi-final when he got crushed from Rafael Nadal. Then he did a solid clay court season, not a great one, a solid. Then he did a horrible grass court season. Grass was his absolute worst part of the season so far. But now he's back on hard court. He's playing this week, I think, and he has done some pretty good result. I don't know where he's playing. He's playing somewhere in the world. I have not looked it up so closely, to be quite honest with you, my friends, but he's doing great. He's going deep in the tournaments, in these hard court preview tournaments before this Masters and before US Open starts. So I think I'm feeling comfortable to have him as my number 3rd favorite in this Montreal that he's gonna play next week. And he is actually he played the Montreal final last year, but it was in Toronto last year, and he lost against the defending champion Rafael Nadal. So he should go to that tournament tomorrow with big confidence because he has done good there in the past. So even though it is different location this year, but it is you know what I mean. It is the same status. It is a master. So I think Stefanos Tsitsipas is my number third seed. I have not been. He has done a solid year this year. He has done a solid year. Like I said, he was in semi-final in Australian Open, got crushed to Rafa Nadal. He was in the final again in Dubai, got beat from Roger Federer there. So we are talking about hard courts now. So then he did a pretty solid clay court season. I think he was in the Madrid final against Novak Djokovic, if I'm not mistaken. And he defeated, like we all know, Rafa Nadal in that semi-final in Madrid. So, and then in French Open, I think he lost against Stan Wawrinka in that fourth round in a 5-set battle. So, and then in Wimbledon he lost the first round, if I'm not mistaken, in Wimbledon. So grass, like I said, it was a horrible grass court season for Stefan Tsitsipas. But now he's back on hard court. So hard court I get the feeling that hard court is his best surface. So I put Stefanos Tsitsipas as my number third favorite in Montreal, and he's, like I said, a runner-up from last year. So I'm putting him there, my friends. And on my second place, I am feeling comfortable to put Dominic Thiem, my friends. Dominic Thiem, yes. Dominic Thiem has done a pretty solid year. He has won his first ever Masters title this year against Roger Federer in that Indian Wells final earlier this year. So I know that Dominic Thiem's best surface, it is clay. So it is not hard court, but if I could put after clay, what is Dominic Thiem's best surface after clay? It is hard court. It is definitely not grass. Grass is his worst surface. So I am putting Dominic Thiem as my second favorite. I think Dominic has won 2 tournaments so far this year. One in clay and one in hard court. Like I said, one in Indian Wells, his biggest tournament in his career so far that he has won. And he won in Barcelona, a 500 class tournament where he defeated Rafa Nadal on his way there. I think he defeated Rafa in the semi-finals there. But clay will always be Dominic's best surface with his long swings. So he has time to prepare his long shots, because Dominic has pretty long shots with both his forehand and with his backhand. And that's why he's so bad on grass, because on grass he doesn't have that time to prepare for his long cuts. But he has that on hard court, because hard court, more or less, guys, hard court is playing very slow everywhere nowadays. I don't think that the court will be super fast in Montreal. And so Cincinnati will be a different story. Cincinnati is probably one of the fastest surfaces that we have in tennis, together with Australian Open. But I don't think that Montreal will be super fast. So that will suit Dominic Thiem's game style, if I can say so. So I think Dominic played the French Open final this year, like we all know, and he gave Rafa a hell of a fight in 2 sets. But again, it was clay, so now it's hard court. But like I said, hard court is not the super fast like it used to be back in the years. So I think Dominic Thiem will do big damage. And Dominic Thiem is doing great in his home soil this week. I think he won a title yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So I think, but it is a little 250 class tournament in Kirchburg, or what that tournament is called. But it is in his home country, in Austria. So I think he won that title, or he played the final. I am not quite sure yesterday, but I think he won that title, if I'm not mistaken. I think he won that title. So against Vilos Raumes or something like that. But I think that Dominic has done a pretty solid year this year. He has shown more consistency in my opinion, because we all know that Dominic has a very, very high level, but he has a Dominic has a very high level when he performs, but Dominic's low level is not that high. Dominic is like Stan Wawrinka in my view. When we all know that when Stan plays good, he is really, really good and very, very difficult to beat. But when Stan plays bad, Stan can pretty much lose to anybody. And Dominic feels similar like Stan, but he has improved this year in his consistency level. He has shown more consistency in his results. Besides on grass, Dominic's worst surface is grass, but that was not any new news for me. I knew that before. So, but now it is hard court. Hard court is his best surface after clay. So I think Dominic will do some damage in Montreal. That is my feeling. I don't know. He can go out on early as well, but that is my feeling. So I put him as my number 2nd favorite in Montreal. And as my number 1 favorite, I will put Rafa Nadal. He is the defending champion. He is just only one of the big 3 members that is playing this tournament, because we all know that Roger and Novak is not playing this tournament from different reasons. And Rafa is the only player of this big 3 giants that is playing this tournament, and he is the number 1 seed. He's number 1 seed, and historically he has done really good on this tournament. I think he has won the Rogers Cup 4 times. So if I'm not mistaken, this has if French Open is his best Grand Slam event in Rafa's career, Rogers Cup is for sure his best Masters event in his career, because I don't think that Rafa has won. When I say Masters, I mean outside clay, because we all know that Rafa has won Monte Carlo. I don't know how many times he has won Monte Carlo. I think 11 times, something like that. So Monte Carlo is Rafa's best Masters tournament, but if I'm speaking about outside clay in Masters, Rogers Cup is Rafa's best tournament that he has performed throughout the years. He has won it 4 times in the past, and he's the defending champion. So I'm putting Rafa Nadal as my number 1 favorite in Montreal. Am I sure that he will win? Of course not. Like I said earlier in this video, these Masters events this year have been won. All the five first Masters have been won from different players. 5 different champions we have this year. So we can have a totally different champion in Montreal as well for the 6th time. But I am picking Rafa to win it. I am not sure he will do it. He has some danger on his way. Like I think he can face Alex de Minaur in his first round. Alex de Minaur, who won a tournament last week, I believe in Atlanta, and who is a very, very dangerous player. But I don't think that Alex de Minaur has the weapons to defeat Rafa Nadal. And they have faced each other 2 times before, and Rafa has defeated him both times in straight sets. And both of those times have been in Grand Slams, I believe. 2019 Australian Open this year, and 2018 Wimbledon last year. So I think that de Minaur can be a tricky opponent for Rafa, but I don't think that he will take Rafa out. Then he has some other dangerous opponents on his way, like Goffin, who has done a pretty solid year so far, especially since French Open, where he took Rafa Nadal to 4 sets in French Open this year. He was just only one of 2 players who took 1 set from Rafa in the French Open earlier this year, like you all remember. The other player was Dominic Thiem, of course, in the final in French Open, who took 1 set from Rafa. And then Goffin has played a pretty solid grass court season. He was in that Halle final, lost to Roger Federer, and he was in quarterfinal in Wimbledon, lost to Djokovic. So Goffin can be tricky for Nadal, absolutely, but I am going with Nadal. Still I'm going with Nadal. Then Nadal can face, I believe, Fognini as well on his way. So, but I'm going with Nadal. I think Nadal will win Montreal. I'm not sure, absolutely not. He's my number 1 favorite. I put him as my number 1 favorite to this Montreal title, who starts on Monday. Then I put as my number 2nd favorite Dominic Thiem, who is always dangerous on hard court, and I think he will be a real threat in this US Open series that starts, especially in US Open. I think that Dominic Thiem will do some damage. I really think that. Outside Big 3, I think Dominic Thiem is the most dangerous player in US Open, outside the Big 3. That is my opinion. So I put Dominic Thiem as my number 2nd favorite in Montreal, and as my number 3rd favorite, I put Stefanos Tsitsipas in Montreal. Can I have some dark horses? Yeah, I usually pick a super talented player like Felix Aliassime. Why not pick him as one of my dark horses. I just will pick one dark horse, and why not him? I can pick two. Why not to play like Nick Kyrgios as well? Nick Kyrgios, he has always a huge serve and great forehand, but he's not super consistent. So, but I can put a player like Nick Kyrgios as a dark horse as well, and Felix Aliassime as well. But Felix is good, he's talented, but Felix is not consistent. That's why he's young. He will be 19 years old in 1 week, I believe. So, but he has to work on his consistency level, and he has to start doing really less double faults. He's doing way too many double faults in his matches, Felix. So, but he has really huge potential. So Felix can do some damage in Montreal, and he's playing on his home country. He's from Canada, Felix. So I will have Felix as one of my dark horses, and Nick Kyrgios as one of my dark horses as well. So three favorites and 2 dark horses. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye bye.